And welcome back again to Dragon Age 2. We're currently somewhere in some cave. We've been trying to do a quest for Anders, and it ended kind of badly. Anders turned into Justice, and he almost killed that mage girl, and then he stormed off. So yeah, let's loot our victims here, and then we will go and speak to Anders about this. That armor is kind of disappointing considering how difficult the battle actually was. But yeah, let's have a look at Oryx's letter. To Her Excellency, Divine Justinia. I am well aware both you and Knight Commander Meredith have rejected my proposal, but I beg you to reconsider. The mages and the free marchers are past controlling. The numbers have doubled in 3 years. How is that even possible? I mean, presumably mages have the same method of procreation than normal people. How can their number double so quickly? And they have found a way to plant the abominations in our ranks. They cannot be contained. The tranquil solution is our answer. All mages at the age of majority must be made tranquil. They'll coexist peacefully, retain their usefulness, a perfect strategy. It's simply the best way to ensure mages obey the laws of man and maker. I remain, as always, your obedient servant, Sir Otto Auric. Alright, so apparently he was planning something like that, but it seems like Meredith did not agree to that, and neither did the Divine. But he was still trying to, tranquil mages on his own, like he did with Carl. And I mean, that kind of relates back to what I've been saying many episodes ago, accountability. So we know that there are rules for Templars, how they're supposed to treat mages. But apparently, in the Circle of Kirkwall, somebody like Sir Auric can just, tranquil mages without the consent or knowledge of his superiors. And I don't know, nobody cares, nobody tries to stop him. And that is just, a flaw in the system, quite obviously, because it's easy to see why a system like the Circle would be controversial. So if you think you need a system like that, you better make sure it works, and it's currently not working. I mean, supposedly it's supposed to protect normal people from bad mages, and it's also supposed to give mages a safe place to practice their magic. And to be honest, I think it's currently failing on both accounts, because just look at all the blood mages running around Kirkwall. Despite the Templars being so incredibly strict, there are just dozens of psychotic blood mages in the city, much more than in Ferelden, and the Templars are clearly not doing their job in protecting people from them. And at the same time, the mages in the Circle, who have not done anything wrong like Carl, are just, miserable apparently. So I don't know, the whole system just doesn't seem to work here. I don't know why, but it's just one big mess. Companion armor for Anders. And yeah, let's level up Isabella. Maybe like so. Critical chance 100%. Oh, I like that. I'll take it. And then, my friend, you can open this chest for me. Alright, but yeah, let's speak to Anders at his clinic about what happened to him and vengeance. Yeah, apparently justice is slowly turning into vengeance, and that's not a good thing. Anyway, let's leave this place.
You saved my life, Monsieur. What was that thing?
Yeah, I guess he's sort of my friend.
He's no demon. Just a deeply troubled man. Can I go home now?
Yeah, I don't know. At the current state, I can't really recommend anyone to go to the Circle here in Kirkwall, because like I said, even if the Knight Commander did not agree to Sir Ulrich's request, he was still allowed to, well, by the system, not by his superiors apparently, able to, just tranquil mages by his own decision, and unless they really fix whatever's going on there, I wouldn't send anyone to the circle, to be honest. I mean, you would think it works better because it is a military order with a strict chain of command, so controlling people and ordering people to do something shouldn't be so difficult, especially considering that the Templars all take lyrium and are basically dependent on the lyrium, so they can't even disobey an order. So you're kind of surprised that that doesn't work. But yeah, go somewhere safe.
Find your parents, but don't stay there. You must leave Kirkwall. I know. There's nowhere in the city where Sir Ulrich's men won't find me. Thank you, Messere. Andraste herself must have put you in that room.
Alright, so we're back here. I think I already spoke to that guy. Yeah, let's go back and talk to Anders. No, that is not the quest I'm looking for. That's the Forbidden Knowledge quest. Alright, Anders, how are you doing now?
Trash. Trash. Keep. Trash. Trash. Won't be needing that anymore.
Yeah, I found Sir Ulrich's papers.
This is all Sir Ulrich had. Looks like the Tranquil solution began and ended with him.
Let me see that. The Divine rejected the idea. Meredith rejected the idea. This was not what I expected. Perhaps I should try talking to the Grand Cleric. Maybe she's more reasonable than I thought. Thank you. I will think on what you've said.
Alright. That is actually also quite reasonable of you, Anders. What's this? Speak to Anders at his base in Darktown. Well, okay, let's speak to him again.
What are you doing?
Putting out milk. I miss having a cat around. But I think the refugees have scared them all off. Or maybe eaten them. You know, I've been meaning to thank you. You don't need to stick your neck out for the mages here. But you have. You let those apostates from Starkhaven start over. Maybe they can be an example for the world.
Why is there no diplomatic option in this case? But yeah, I don't think she did it on purpose. She's just thinking with her feet most of the time, I believe, and she doesn't really have a grand plan on anything. So
I'm really not trying to make a stand. I just keep ending up in these situations.
Pretty much.
I know. That's what makes it matter. You follow your convictions. When you still believed in me after I almost killed that poor girl, I knew you meant it. You wouldn't say it just to make me feel better. You make me think I can really do this. Lead a revolution.
That's not what I meant at all. What do you mean, a revolution?
I didn't realize you were planning anything that big.
No small change would address the injustice that mages face. The Chantry itself must be overturned. There will always be mages born in Thedas. But Templars are made by men. And they can be unmade.
Well, you certainly don't think small. I mean, it's true, some things can only be changed by force, but a revolution usually gets very, very bloody before it gets any better, so yeah. Yeah, anyway, was the circle that bad?
Why does this matter so much to you?
You saw Sir Ulrich's plan. How many Templars would prefer that every mage was a mindless, drooling babe? In the circle, They tell you day and night that magic is sin. A mark on your soul of the Maker's hatred. But for all the talk of demons, the most common death I saw for a mage was suicide.
Yep, you certainly don't have small goals here.
Why do none of my friends ever just want to be the best wallet player in Lowtown?
With the great Hawk deigned to associate with the best wallet player in Lowtown.
Yeah, totally.
Seriously, though, I couldn't do this without your support. I couldn't hold on to this spirit of vengeance inside me. But I know you won't let me lose myself to him.
Well, that's nice of you to say, although I am a little bit worried about you. Anyway, yeah, I need to complete my team. Also, let me have a look at my quests. Okay, I picked up another fetch quest. I can do that later. And I think I will delay this one and instead go to the next main plot mission, Offered and Lost. Talk to Seneschal Braun in the Viscount's Keep for more information on the missing Qunari entourage. Alright, let's see. How about a 2-mage team this time? And yeah, I'll bring Isabella once more. I like having my girl around. But Varric and Sebastian can get the next mission, I guess. Right, I need to go to the Viscount's Keep and speak to the Seneschal.
There are no jobs in this city. Only more misery.
By the way, have I... let me have a look. Because I picked up that grenade that can revive people. Mythal's Favor. Ah yes, and I can finally craft it. The last time I checked I couldn't craft it because I was missing the glitter dust. I think I will get, let's say, 3 of them. They are pretty expensive, but I think they're good to have.
Are you alright?
I nearly killed an innocent girl. How could I be alright?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? For me? This could be you. You could be the next monster threatening helpless girls.
Anders, there's no such thing as a good spirit. There never was. All spirits are dangerous. I understood that. I'm sorry that you didn't.
Well, she kinda got a point there, Anders, and among the 2 of you, she is certainly the one who can control herself better, at least for now. So I wouldn't really be lecturing her
Take what
on
I
the
like. That's what I say.
whole blood magic thing, Anders, because you're worrying me a little bit more than Meryl does at the moment. Alright, let's go to the Viscount's Keep. And let's at least start this new mission. Oh, and I can actually level her up as well. Yes, well, maybe some more magic as well. How about upgrading this? And now let's speak to the Seneschal. Alright, here he is.
You have information about the missing Qunari?
I am to help you, yes. Viscount Dumas would appreciate discretion in this matter. I would prefer that you were not involved at all. But that is neither here nor there.
Well, so does the Arishok know about this?
Has anyone reported this to the Qunari?
Maker, no. I'd be signing the messenger's death warrant.
Well,
He'll find out soon enough, of course. And when he does, the Viscount is rightly concerned that the illusion of peace will dissolve.
I could tell him about it. I mean, I'm not afraid of them. So could this be a Qunari plot?
The Arishok is growing violent. He might want an excuse to end this peace.
I suspect that if the Arishok wanted to take over, he simply would. For all we fear that heretical Qun of his, its demands have done more to keep him in check than any of our efforts. Besides, would Qunari stoop to trickery? There is no precedent, but there is unfortunate evidence of influence on our side.
You seem reluctant to look for them.
It sounds like you don't want them found.
I must think of what is best for the Viscount's office. Bringing attention to such an incident benefits no one.
You would do nothing.
The Qunari are neutral hostiles at best. There is no relationship to salvage by overextending ourselves on their behalf.
I'm having a hard time picturing the abduction of a Qunari entourage.
Unfortunately, they were not at their best. Their swords were tied into their sheaths, as I advised. It seemed a respectful compromise. Even I know you cannot separate a Qunari from his weapon.
So... do you have anything useful for me as well?
So where would you start, if you were the starting type?
I would begin with the most obvious failure. It's clear the city guard has no excuse for allowing this, unless they were involved. Not coincidentally, a number of recent recruits have failed to report. You should start with one of them. Although where you find a swordsman so eager to sell his honor and duty, I'm sure I don't know.
A hanged man.
Hangman. Definitely.
All right.
Right. Then you know what to look for. I can't imagine this has occurred without notice. There is always a weak link. Please keep this quiet. The Viscount is under enough scrutiny as it is.
All right.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah. The Viscount mustn't be disturbed.
So... maybe I should actually bring Evelyn along for this, if it is supposed to be a task for the guard. Yeah, maybe let's exchange Meryl for Evelyn. We will try the two-mage thing another time. Also, I wonder what would happen if I told the Arishok. It's not part of the quest, but you know, after the last Qunari quest with the missing petrol, somebody in the comments said I should have gone to the Arishok afterwards to tell him about it. So maybe he has something to say about this as well. Let's go and ask him.
Go without me. I need a stiff one. And a drink.
What? Isabella is just leaving me again. I don't understand it. Alright.
What do you want, Hawk? I have no interest in adding to my distractions.
And yet you sent a delegate to the Viscount.
A brief attempt to educate. If the dwarf had stolen the Sarkamek, it could have been used to show the price of greed. But you know the outcome of that. These fools are determined to be wrong. I won't waste the effort again.
Well, your delegate is missing now.
I'll probably regret this, but you should know your delegate is missing.
Anyone else, and those words would have been their last. You are handling this, not your buffoon of a Viscount.
As best I can.
Then I will wait. But know this, the provocations we have suffered have worked. If this is not resolved, I can fulfill my duty to the Qun with far less annoyance by sifting through rubble.
As if there wasn't enough pressure.
Alright. Okay, yeah, let's continue with our quest. Go to the Hanged Man and look for the guard. And yeah, I need to complete my team again. I'll still take you, Isabella, even if you rather would like to have a drink. Okay, off to the Hanged Man. Do I have to go there at night? Yes. Oh, here he is.
A lot of coin for this place.
That's right, pal. Tonight I'm paid and blessed. And all I had to do was turn my head.
Uh-huh. to look the other way, I assume.
To all my friends. Hey, step back. I know important people. We're gonna show this city what to do with heathen Oxman.
Well, and I think Evelyn will show you what they do with traitors.
Guard Captain, would you like to have a word with your man?
Guard captain.
Who?
What?
Who?
Who what? I don't...
Who bought you? Who bought the honor of a proud guard of Kirkwall and made him a drunken Mabari bitch?
Yeah, you go, Evelyn.
I don't know. He was a Templar, I swear. He had the seal of the Grand Cleric and everything. It's true.
Oh.
The penalty for abandoning your post is 10 days on the wall. I expect you to report in the morning. There's your answer. A Templar.
With the Grand Cleric's seal, no less. Well done.
So,
All
I
right.
noticed some notes on the table the other day. Interesting work you got there.
Okay, so go to the Chantry to find out if the Grand Cleric was involved in the Qunari disappearance. Somehow I doubt the Grand Cleric was involved in this. However, I have a suspicion who may have been. Because the last time we had trouble with the Qunari, there was his sister and her Templar friend who, you know, engineered all of that.
So you're taking the captain of the guard to accuse the Grand Cleric of funding zealots?
Exactly.
Don't forget the kidnapped Qunari. That too.
Some days, Hawk.
The Grand Cleric, please. Tell her... 3 Qunari leave an estate. And let her finish.
Sarah
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Sister
that
Petrice.
sister.
Mother Petrice. Time has changed us both. Grand Cleric Elfina cannot grant an audience to just anyone. What do you want?
Well, that's strange, because usually I just walk in here and talk to her. So, yeah, exactly. Qunari trouble and you again. How did I know that you would be involved in this?
Funny how you and issues with the Qunari seem to go together.
And you always assume their side. I was naive when last we met. I did not want you dead, but I felt a death was necessary. That may be too fine a point for you to understand. But you must admit, you came out the better for it.
Yeah, you did kind of set me up back then.
I know you. And I know someone is abusing the Grand Cleric's seal.
Who are you to question who serves her grace? I am sorry, but I see no reason to let you pass.
How about the fact that her authority was used to abduct Qunari? A pause that says you knew. But does her grace?
The Grand Cleric trusts her stewards to enact the wishes of the Maker.
Okay. And apparently you've been naughty.
It sounds like you've been bad. This will shock her grace, no doubt.
Stubborn. All right, Sarah Hawk. If you won't abandon this, let me offer you something. The Templar you seek is a radical who has grown unreliable. Confronting him may do us all a favor.
And his relation to you is?
He is my former bodyguard, Ser Von L. Assume what you wish, but I offer him to you as reconciliation. Meet me at this location. I invite you, Sarah Hawk. Come see the unrest these Qunari have inspired.
Okay.
Need I say I'm skeptical?
It's her game, for the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's either luring us into a trap, or maybe she's just, you know, sacrificing that the Templar as a pawn to save her own skin. I don't know. Let's have a look if the Grand Cleric is actually around here. Well, yeah, here she is.
Is something troubling you?
Oh. Yeah, tell me of the Tranquil solution.
I think you should see these papers.
Sir Ulrich, where did you get these? He was murdered in the gallows not a few days ago.
He was trying to turn every mage in Kirkwall tranquil.
Sir Ulrich made a suggestion, yes. But we turned him down.
But you don't condemn the practice outright.
The right of tranquility has always been a last resort. It has saved lives, but it is not without its costs. If you'll excuse me.
Well, that ended abruptly. I wanted to ask you something else,
Is something
actually.
troubling you?
Yeah, someone used your seal.
Did you know someone used the authority of your name to instigate a crime against the Qunari?
The path to righteousness is never as straight and narrow as we wish. I truly hoped this would not go so far. But do not trouble yourself. I will step in when it's time.
Oh, really? I think I already asked her all of this. And I think I think I said this the last time, yeah, and I think you should really help the city now.
Are you intending to stay neutral about the Qunari and mages forever?
The Maker's time is not men's time. We do not need to rush.
I'll have to remember that line the next time I'm late.
The Chantry is not a domineering father with the whip always in hand. She is a gentle mother who knows her children learn best when allowed to learn themselves.
Yeah. I think the problem that I have with the Grand Cleric is, I mean, she obviously makes for a good, spiritual leader, and she has very, let's say, spiritual positions. But I think she's not really aware of the fact that she is also a worldly leader, if she wants it or not. Because, as far as I understand it, the Templar Order basically belongs to Chantry, so that makes her responsible for the Templar Order. And basically the boss of Meredith. And she doesn't really seem to take that responsibility as seriously as she should. I mean, I can understand why. It's never a good thing if you mix spiritual.
Do you ever have any regrets?
About what?
Anything? Everything? I can't figure you out.
The past's past. I learned that young. If it can't bring you gold or giggles, what's the point in dwelling on it?
Maybe the chance to fix a mistake? Make things right again?
Hey? Our mistakes make us who we are.
That was almost profound.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was just about to say, I mean, it is not a good thing to mix, spiritual power with worldly power, usually. I mean, if you look at our own human history, and if you look at the popes, for example, there was a time when they were very, very powerful, and basically commanded nations and commanded armies, and they started wars, and they involved themselves in the lawmaking of countries, and they would hire people to assassinate rivals and stuff like that. So basically they would do anything that a worldly ruler of that time would do. While nowadays, I mean, the Pope is still powerful in a spiritual way, but he doesn't have that much concrete political power anymore. So that allows him to take more idealistic views, I guess. And I think that's what, the Grand Cleric is doing here. She has very idealistic views on how things should be handled, but she also lives in a world that doesn't always appreciate that. And the way the system works is that she has this worldly power, and she doesn't seem to be willing to use it, and just, use those pretty empty phrases that don't really help anyone in this situation. So, yeah, I don't really know if we can get any help from her. Anyway, I think I will end the episode here, and in the next episode we will go to Sir Vernal's rally in the Duct Home and see what Petrice wants us to see there. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you again next time.